I actually fondly remember having trouble in Pokemon. I think one of my favorite memories was the second game, Ghost Gym. They wiped out all of my Pokemon, and I got into a struggle fight with a Gengar using my Togepi that I just hatched, and I won. And I was like, yes! And nowadays I'm like, I guess I'll play the latest Pokemon. Oh look, I one-shot everything. I waltzed to the Elite Four and back again with one Pokemon. All the other ones are just there, soaking up EXP, because they all do now.
I sometimes feel like... Was it? I lost track of what I was going to say. Completely.
I dropped you in a camp you probably have never been to before.
I think I picked it. It gave me a drop-down menu.
Oh, yeah, I think you can pick where you go.
I picked the very last one because I hadn't seen it before.
Yep, it's the Ancient Forest Camp. It's really helpful if you're hunting the Rathlos or the Tobikadachi specifically, because they both tend to be in the upper areas. Or Raytheon, actually, if you want to steal some eggs.
I spent an exceptionally long time running in circles trying to recruit the first cat because I couldn't figure out how to get to it because clearly the jump to get to it was impossible. And then I finally tried the jump again and you like magnetize to it and I'm like, what?
I found the Tobikadachi, by the way, if you want to come help. I have never used this weapon, so this will be interesting.
I just got finished crawling on my belly through a passage only to immediately have the scout fly say, we found it, go the opposite way. I'm like, oh.
Yep, that's normal. So what weapon do you usually use? Looks like Insect Glaive?
Yeah.
People really like that, and I would like it too, but since I'm always playing with other people, I can never get a good, like, I can never aim for any of the parts, so the booster is kind of useless for me.
Ah! Gotta remind myself that falling doesn't hurt.
I have been enjoying that so much.
So I found out that you can actually use the bug mid-combo.
Oh, really?
So you'll just do attacks, and then you hit right trigger as an attack, like as if you're chaining into your combo, and you'll just launch the bug, and it'll take a element, and then you can retrieve it whenever you want. You can actually get a fair bit I usually have a fair number of the elements done. Why did I hit that pig? My poor weapon is so not sharp.
Okay. So you've already fought the Tobikadachi, right?
Yeah, I did the story mission. That's why I was so frustrated. I'm like, I've already fought it before. Why can't I fight it again? I was trying to find it.
Sometimes he shows up as an optional mission that you can go fight him in. I don't really remember. I mostly was just like, hey, audience member that's played more of this than me, just pick a random investigation, and we'll just go have a party. And we did.
Yeah, so for example, I haven't aimed yet, and I already have the white and red buffs on me. Oh.
Okay. I will have to keep that in mind, because I used it. The other problem is, since I play with other people, they constantly will knock me out of rodeo mode, which gets kind of cumbersome when it comes to, like, you know, I'm on top of them and then they fire like an explosive and I'm just like, well, I'm sailing through the air and this is pointless. Let's see. So do you generally only use the Insect Glaive, or have you tried other things?
I've not really had time to use anything else yet.
Understandable. I've been... Part of the reason why I'm poor is because I'm like, I'm going to try every weapon.
For me, I'm just trying to figure out the game enough that trying to use other weapons feels like it'd be a bit much. I'm trying to figure out the progression systems and how to take... Like, I haven't even taken down the first zone's big bad yet, so it's kind of early to be massively experimenting with weapon types on top of that.
He's not even the big bad. The Rathalos is most definitely the big bad. The Anjanath is just kind of the boogeyman.
It's the thing that's at least introduced from the beginning.
True.
Like, what is it? Mega Man X, like, Slug isn't or whatever is it Slug? Isn't like the final boss or anything, but he's the first like thing that you encounter.
Oh.
That he's like, this is the thing that's better than you.
It's not Slug. It's... Jeez, why don't I remember his name?
Yeah, I can't remember either.
It was like some kind of vaguely sinister name, and you're like, yep, that's a bad guy.
Yeah, early unstoppable force thing.
was really disappointed you couldn't kill him, because we got good enough at fighting him that we didn't take damage. And so eventually he just hits you with the paralyzing thing anyway, and you're like, come on. I had this. Then Zero saves your ass, and you're like...
I really get a kick out of this guy's design because he's like a flying squirrel.
Yeah, he's a lightning lizard flying squirrel creature. I kind of wish he did more like flying attacks, because there's a couple other enemies with similar models to him. And they start to kind of feel similar, and it's like, oh, but he can fly. Why doesn't he fly?
It's interesting trying to... Once you see a weird thing come out of their body, it's interesting trying to track down where it came from. Like,
like the parts?
Like you can sort of start to see the outline of his webbing once you know that it's there.
Yeah.
Or like or when you realize the Anjanath has like wings and you're like, what?
Yeah, like the weird back things. Those are real vulnerable if you can hit them.
Or when the Anjanath reveals its nose thing, and I'm like, where'd that come from?
Also real vulnerable. I like to hit things with hammers in this game. I think that kind of took over as my favorite weapon, because it's so, it's just so punchy. Greatsword actually seems to be doing pretty well, it's just not as mobile. Oop. There we go. Yeah, punchy.
Oh, Jesus.
3. There we
the air combos are so satisfying for the glaive just because you can keep bouncing around without touching the ground.
Yeah. A couple of my fans specifically swear by it, and it's fun to see them sailing around. I like the hammer because you can charge up the attack, and depending on like how you hit the enemy, different things happen. So like specifically, I'm very fond of sliding into a hammer combo because you will flip through the air, end over end, and if you can like hit them in the face, they just die, or you know, they just get pummeled to the ground, which is really effective against flying units and parts. Yep. Ow.
I have to try so many times to activate the quick menu sometimes.
Oh. I actually don't bother with the quick menu. It was too fiddly for me.
They made the baffling choice of it not being like let go of the L1, but instead snap the joystick. What really throws me off is when I'm trying to do a specific combo and then I realize my weapon's put away because they decided to put my weapon away.
You can disable that, by the way.
No,
so
it's already disabled and it still happens.
Weird.
Like at moments of getting knocked over, or like if you rodeo, you dismount without your weapon, even though like of course you want your weapon. That's like the primary, like you have a time limit to attack your enemy time. Weird.
What's he doing? Oh, hold on. Don't do anything. Don't hit him.
Are you trying to capture him?
Have you learned how to cap stuff yet?
Yeah, I did the capture mission.
Okay. Because generally you just always want to capture.
I've captured Kulu, you, whatever, and Baroth, I think.
Okay. Boop. He was going for a nap.
Well, now he's going for
I don't actually know if
our
you
nap.
have to trank him in the face. Yep. There we go. I kind of staunchly just refused to figure out how to cap things for a while. Partly because usually somebody else would do it for me, and now I'm just like, oh wait, no, I should probably start doing this. I'm not like just a complete leech.
Yeah, I pretty much just hopped in and did the mission, which which opens with a tutorial and them giving you every item that you need to capture people.
Yeah. I was staying away for optional quests, mainly because there weren't any for a while, and so I just kind of assumed that optional quests were kind of like, were given to you by like NPCs or something. Then one day I'm just like, hey, like, let's see if we have any optional quests that I've missed, and I open the log up and it's just like, that's about 20. That's a problem.
Ah.
Which would explain why my farm is garbage.
Where they reduce your number, they reduce your reward in direct proportion to how many party members you have.
And that is why I am poor. Because if you're running around with 4 people at all times... Oh, did you go back to town?
Do you not control that?
You can. By clicking in the right stick, you can either go back to camp or go back into town. Either is fine. It's just if you go back to the camp, you can queue up another like hunt like that, and it's much faster. Okay, well, I'll just head back to town. It's fine. I got some bounties to turn in anyway.
When I was talking about you controlling it, I meant more that I was confused that you didn't control it, as in like the host or something. Oh, I did go back to camp.
No, it's individual. Oh, well, I guess you just load much faster than I do. Whoopsie.
I was just waiting for it to load, and I'm like, is it... I actually don't know which way I'm gonna go. Wait, did I load faster?
No, I assumed you'd gone back to town. I loaded in, wandered around for a while, and I'm like, well, I guess he's not coming. I guess I'll head back to Astera. And then you show up as I'm flying.
Do you have
off,
like a pro?
Bye. No.
Huh.
It might just be my internet, or I'm host. It's probably because I'm host, honestly. Oh, it's okay. I have to turn things in anyway. Bounties are super important.
I have noticed the game has like slow loading times. Just generally.
Yeah, they're kind of sluggish.
I've been caught off guard by how much loading you do when you don't leave the zone in particular.
Yeah, like from camp to camp and stuff.
Or just,
I'm just glad
like
we
I
don't have...
killed a guy and now it's gonna force you to go back to camp in the same town, in the same zone, but it's gonna load for like a minute.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just glad that they don't have loading screens between areas anymore. That got really frustrating. In like every previous Monster Hunter, it's like, hey, it knocked me between zones because I was right next to the exit portal. Guess I'll go back. And then you get knocked back through again and you just get mad.
Are you saying like the monsters would knock you into the zone loading screen?
Yeah, because if you look at the map, each like zone like ancient forest is broken up into what, 14 different parts, and so monsters could, well, I guess not monsters could, but like on the handheld versions, there were, you know, zone transitions, loading screens that you had to do whenever you moved between them, and there would just be kind of like a empty space that you'd walk through and bring you to the next area. And monsters would frequently kind of like move over to fight near them, because like if you catch them by surprise or just whatever, and then they would just knock you straight through, and it got really frustrating. Let's see, do you need to do another Topikadachi? I assume you do.
I'd have to check. I think I just realized that I don't think you're in yet.
Different session?
No, I don't think you're audible.
Oh. You're not recording me? You don't have the setup?
Oh, shit. I didn't check. Why would it...
Well, if you want, I can
change?
send you my footage. The hat.
Oh, yeah, it does have that hat. I hadn't previewed that yet. I made the leggings
yeah, if
first,
you
and...
move over...
Oh, wow, this looks like it's made for a female model, just in general.
Yep.
The hips and the breastplate.
Yep. If you actually move over to the left, so like instead of looking at the individual pieces, you can actually select the Kadachi set as a whole and preview it. Somebody like told me that early on. I'm like, oh, that's neat, and then I never looked at it, and then it turned out to actually be really, really useful. Because there's a lot of armor sets in the game. Because once you get up to high rank, there's 2 armor sets per monster, and/or metal, and it's just like there's a lot here.
So that run gave me enough to make 4 pieces of this set.
Okay, so just one more then.
I need 2 pelts, 1 electrode, and 2 wing drake hides.
Okay.
What stands out to me is that, well, the electrode. Okay, the electrode was part of the helm, so I have had that before. Wing
electrode's
hide.
easy. I don't know where to get the wing drake hide from.
Yeah, wing drake hide was not part of the other pieces, so I have not had any pieces of it yet.
I'll look it up.
So whatever we did didn't lead to that, I guess. It's probably,
wing drake hide
probably like a body part specific attack or something.
Okay, wing drake hide. You know those birds that were like flying around when you first met Baroth?
Yeah.
Yeah, those.
Oh, so you don't get it from the actual enemy.
Nope. Sometimes you have to go fight a different enemy for like minor parts.
So can you see each other in the lobby?
Yes and no. So if you actually go to one of the elevators, and take the lift to the gathering hub, which I can't for some reason. I'm not. Oh, it's because I've started a quest. Let's just leave quest.
You got to see
Okay,
how stupid this is. My whole costume is so elegant and beautiful, and then I've basically got like this column rejointing looking chess piece.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Baroth chess piece looks goofy.
I'm cosplaying
I actually
as
wanted
like
the full...
a chemical in a class play. But then the rest of
I wanted to get the
majestic.
whole Baroth set, but it's not. I think I got the legs because they made me resistant to stuns, but that was about it.
I was all about it because it was like one of my first chances to spike up my defense.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, do you use armor spheres at all, or no? Not really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially I try to get everything the first levels where it doesn't have diminishing returns yet, and then I buy the additional levels afterwards if I'm still using that same equipment.
Yep. You look really goofy.
Yes. I do.
You look like you're like, okay, so I need some more defense. What do we do? Let's just slap rocks to my chest, and that'll help.
Yeah, it worked for Dark Souls. Who needs all this armor and clothing when I could wear this stone set? I'll just wear an actual statue on my body, and then no one can hurt me. Also, we're getting a lot of comments about our characters being similar when I started my series.
Oh, like our faces? Actually, fun fact, your helmet does not hide your face underneath it, so if you've got like a full helm, you still have a face underneath there. I didn't realize this until my character looked up, but my character's beard sticks out through his like neck piece, which is really funny looking. Let me see, head armor, show, hide. Do they? Huh. Kind of wish there was a way to zoom in.
I've been zooming in by jamming my camera into the bar.
Yeah, it kind of works. I think my character looks like the older, dunner version of your character.
There's a thing where, I mean, this is the same audience that claimed that somebody in my TI stream sounded exactly like Birdcatcher, so they're dubious sources
I guess
of
really
information.
We chose the same beard, the same makeup, and then everything else is different.
Yeah. It's really not a very big number of similarities. Completely different face, and all the colors. I used all 3 secondary colors on my
I'm hideous.
Face.
I'm putting this cool helmet back on. Alright, I've got a quest set up.
I actually go out of whip my way not to hide my face, but that works with this helm.
Oh, see, I really like the outfits in this game. When they're like full cowl or like, you know, super armory looking.
I made my dude look so happy.
I was like, I want a character that looks like he was forced to do this and doesn't want to be here.
As a cry for help.
Yes. I was also trying to go like rather quickly because I knew people were going to complain about it, and then people complained about it anyway.
Yeah. That's why I always put it up as like a standalone video, part 0.
I probably
whenever there's
should.
like extensive character creators.
I just knew the first hour of this game was going to be slow as shit and like not with no gameplay anyway. So it's just like
it took me like 2 hours to get to a monster hunt.
I know, it was weird. I had like audience members who had already had the game. By the way, you can accept quests from here, so you don't need to leave.
How?
Just come here, talk to this lady.
Oh, there she is.
Yep. But yeah, I just kind of accepted that it was going to be a slow start, and I'm like, people can deal with it. Anybody that doesn't get that this is going to be a slow start probably isn't a Monster Hunter fan. And probably might not stick around anyway.
That's part of the thing, though, is a lot of the viewers right now are people who themselves have also not been playing Monster Hunter games before and are looking at this as an entry point, which is also what its reboot is supposed to be.
Yeah, I've got a solid mix of both. I have a lot of... Wow. I've been putting out 2 episodes a day, and a couple of people have mentioned that that's not enough, and they want 3 episodes a day, and I'm like, you people... I mean, on one hand, I appreciate, on the other hand, like,
An unreasonable amount of stuff.
I can't do that. I'm putting out like an hour and a half a day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember the handheld ones. I actually want to say getting to your first, like, real monster hunt took even longer. Because, like, in Monster Hunter Tri, the one that I remember took almost, like, 3 hours to get to the Great Jagia. Because you went out on, like, multiple hunts to teach you how to go gather plants and make potions and skin, like, an herbivore. And, by the way, go kill 10 herbivores and then go kill 10 of the mini-raptors.
Can you tell me
okay, now that you're done with that.
Can you tell me if my guild card thing worked?
Yeah, it did.
No, I mean, no, the what I just did.
Oh, just now. Let me check.
Let's see if that looks like what I think it looks like.
Let's see. I don't have any receive. Is there a way to check? Guild card list. Right, you did not name yourself. Renko. Yep, that did what you think it did.
I was like, he'll know what I mean if it worked.
That 3D model does not look so great close up. It looks real cute from a distance, but then you get...
Yeah, I found out you can save the camera angle that you manually edit. And there's a pose where the cat is posed in front of the camera and your character's in the background, and you can zoom in more.
Oh boy. I haven't bothered with that at all. I should probably send you an invite to the guild, even though you probably don't care.
It makes it so I don't have to ask permission to join your games.
Yes. There we go.
You have to.
Okay.
You have to sit here in a static menu. You're not allowed to leave if you want to be ready for departure.
Yep. It's kind of dumb. I just wish I could, like, tick a little box, be like, take me whenever. I'm fine. I'll pay the consequences.
I look at a lot of Japanese multiplayer games, and I'm like, Halo 2 figured this out, like, 14 years ago, right?
Yeah, well, online gaming was not super popular in Japan at all.
But this franchise,
a long time. Even for this franchise,
like the fifth iteration, right?
They didn't add proper online multiplayer until Tri, and then even then it was kind of super awkward. Like, I don't even remember it being functional.
Weird. It's weird to think about. Like, for me, I'm thinking, like, what was the news that they sold 5 million copies over the first weekend or something? Was that it?
2 million alone in Japan.
Jesus.
I think, and that was physical.
Yeah.
So they didn't even have, like, a tabulation for digital
yet. Like, they sold
yet.
an impossible number of copies. Like, imagine how playable this game would be if they just went like, oh yeah, you want to matchmake for this mission? Sure. And you just find people in the world playing that mission because there's so many people in the world that is the thing you can do. But instead, it's like, go to a random lobby of 16 people and manually queue up for things. And it's like,
It's not quite so bad. What you can do is you can, when selecting join, you can actually join people's SOSs. So if specifically, when I'm not around and you say, whoops, you say want to go hunt more Tobi-Kadachis or whatever, you could actually... Oh, I'm an idiot. Alright, whatever. If you wanted to, you could actually say... you could actually go to join SOS Tobi-Kadachi. Whoops. And, I've never used one of these before. This is going to be bad. You could say, join anybody that's SOS for a Tobi-Kadachi, and you'll get the full rewards for it. I might have to... Okay.
I find myself confused by the 16-player lobby and, like, what its goal is the thing. Like, you get thrown into a 16-player lobby, and, like, my practical experience so far has been that most of the time I can't join anyone's missions because there's level requirements for every single mission. But then also even if I put out a message, I've never gotten anyone to join my missions voluntarily in advance. And then there's the weird thing where, like, they're not even there to make the town feel populated because you can't see anybody. And I'm like, I don't know what this accomplishes. I'm just trying to analyze it mechanically.
I think it works better if you're, like, trying to work with, like, a couple of friends. As opposed to anything else. Because, like, in my cases, I've been working with fans.
Ow.
And usually, you know, we'll have like 8 people hanging out in the lobby, and 6 of them might be like vying to get in, and then it just kind of peters down to the group that I'm actually playing with. Okay.
That was not how you ride a monster.
Once again,
Ow.
I've never used this bow before. This will be fun. I love the weapon variety. Every one of them feels different.
I was really blown away by the idea that, like, some of these weapons have entire systems dedicated to just that weapon. Like, this being one of the prime examples is like, oh yeah, there's a whole bug system dedicated to your one glaive weapon for some reason that never shows up
and
anywhere
no
in the
weapons
game.
even close.
You have dedicated bug upgrades, and you raise your bugs and get different bug features for your bugs to get your 3-part buffs during combat. And I'm like, this isn't a standard part of the game? This is just me? What? Without changing weapons, you would just assume like that's just something everyone does. Like they have their wrist bug and they level it up. But somehow it's weapon
I didn't even know
specific.
you could level up the wrist bug.
Yeah.
Like I found that out and I'm like, holy shit, this is actually really cool.
It's like, and so like when I get bored with this one, I can look into some overcomplicated other system about like weapon vials or something, and just like play a different game.
Oh yeah,
kind of.
Charge Axe is pretty good.
Do you have a favorite weapon design before you actually tried them and learned whether you actually like playing them or not?
I really liked the idea of the Switch Axe.
Yes.
And because the Switch Axe is
You're
awesome.
talking about the
It's just
sword,
like, okay,
the
so
sword and shield axe, right?
No, that's the Charge Blade.
The charge blade then was the one where I'm like, this is the best idea.
It is really cool. It's a little fiddly, which I think was one of my issues with it.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it was the first moveset I tried, and I was like, I can't figure out how to handle this.
It's actually pretty good once you get used to it, because effectively you kind of have the choice between, do I want to hit something real hard right now or use like faster, quick attacks? It's just sometimes the thing gets cranky at you and it's like, no, I need you to use the slow mode now because I have reasons. And that's when I get kind of grumpy at it because I'm like, but I don't want to use the slow mode right now.
It was my first introduction to how clunky and weird it is to like figure out the movement in Monster Hunter. So when I switched directly from that to the glaive in the training room, I'm like, oh my goodness. Look how fast I'm moving all of a sudden. Which like just hyper exaggerated the difference for me. Ow.
There we go.
This is like the Dark Souls 3 dancer of
yeah, he is.
Of monster bosses.
Just wait until we get to well, you, because you'll probably, you're fighting.
I'm just looking at that styling squirrel tail, and I'm like, look at that! Look, it's like the I'm just thinking of the like the tassels or whatever I'd have hanging behind my character when I was wearing the set.
So there's a monster later on called the Odogaron, which we call Blood Puppy because I don't know reasons. It is so fast, like even compared to this, it's just like zipping all over the place and like leaping off of walls. Similar moveset, and first time I tried fighting it, I just like died in a couple of seconds. I'm like this, oh boy. I'm more of a fan of the big slow monsters like Baroth and Radaban.
This guy is making us work for it right now. He can't decide what floor to stay on.
He can't decide who he wants to fight, so he's just fighting both.
I thought he was running away earlier, so I was like, oh, time to heal and use a whetstone, and then he ran back up and attacked me the moment I was done with the whetstone with perfect timing.
Ooh, gotta use that more often.
I don't think he likes what I'm doing right now.
So I have a mode on this called the Dragon Piercer. Ah, shoot. I effectively have to get a bead on them for several seconds, and then damage. Holy shit. I can just use this forever, can't I? Oh my god.
Firecrackers you're firing around?
They are not okay.
Is that the enemy that's supposed to give us the wyvern stuff?
Yeah, I'll see if I can shoot a couple down.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Saw that one coming.
I will... Well, he's pissed off by my sheer existence.
Yeah. I got visible. Ow. Good thing I got Vigor Wasps or I would have been dead.
Oh yeah. Vigor Wasp... So when playing multiplayer, you don't get your palico, which sucks. Like
you mean in
any more than
in,
two.
like full player?
Yeah. So
full
if
player.
you've got
I guess
like
that's technically true.
Yeah. So if you've got like 3 or 4 people, it's just like, oh, by the way, no healing. You're on your own for that. And it's like, oh, but I really like my palico to just randomly deliver HP.
I think I learned the hard way that that your multiplayer friends can like actually ruin your chances of success.
Yeah.
I was fighting Anjanath, and out of nowhere it failed, and I realized that I think what happened is that I think my co-op partner died.
Oh, yes. I was doing a fight. It was an Anjanath, a Puki Puki, and I think
Puki. Oh. Poor guy.
Barfbat. I don't know. Well, you fought Barfbat, right?
Yeah, but no, I just mean you changed the name from Puke Puke to Puki Puki. I'm like, oh,
well,
poor
so
guy.
That's the thing. The commander and the helper lady both call him different things, and so eventually I just settled on Puki Puki, which is completely wrong.
Because they didn't standardize the pronunciation amongst the voice actors.
Nope. Because this is one of those where they just farmed a bunch of like popular. They just farmed a bunch of like popular voice actors.
Like Matt Mercer and Matt Mercer and Matt Mercer and Matt Mercer. What if we added Matt Mercer?
I mean, he's a good voice. He's just the every voice now.
He's the every voice. I mean, somebody had to had to dethrone Nolan North by being basically Nolan North. All 3 buffs. Oop. And then I miss.
So, question. When it works, does it light up all 3?
Yeah. I have 3 different.
That was
I have 3 diamonds that each are lit up with a separate color. With there being 4 colors total, but green's not a buff; it's just a heal. Which means I have a self-heal built into my attack weapon, which is weird.
Yes. It's really helpful. I mean, Hammer does that. A couple of things do that, actually. It's great.
I'm always worried that I'm missing boss parts because stuff can fall off.
Yeah, well, if you capture them, usually you'll get what you need. Oh, wait, he's capturable.
Yeah, he is.
Let's see. Luckily, they're slow when they're limping, or at least this guy is. There's a couple of them that just zip off, and you're like, oh, I have to hunt you down.
There's some where I don't notice they're limping, and then they just collapse. I'm like, oh, I beat him. Huh.
It varies. Ah, shit. Well, wait. Can I just destroy the shock trap? Can I pick it back up?
Can't. I think we might be able to hit him
That's a waste.
once.
Unfortunately, I've lost my shock trap, so we're gonna have to kill him unless you have one.
Let's find out. I probably put it away because of inventory size problems.
I figured I could put it down faster than I did, and then I didn't.
Yeah, I don't have the parts to make one either.
I guess, actually, yeah, I'm just gonna go grab another one.
Big fan of the auto-crafting feature.
Yes!
Where, like, you want to automatically make this whenever you get the parts for it? Here you go.
I've just turned on auto-crafting for everything, and I'm, like, slowly just maxing out.
I think some of those are mutually exclusive, though. There's items that have the same ingredients.
Yeah. But, like, eventually you've just collected enough of one that it'll max out, and then the other will start filling out.
He's doing a sleepy. Ooh. He dropped a scale.
Yeah, I got another trap, so I'll be right back.
Quick, just fast travel to me. That's a feature in this game.
I really wish I could. Actually, that would be nice. Like, if one player wasn't in combat, if you could just, like, zip over to them using the wing drake.
Did I wake him up, or just sit here and wait?
You could probably just wake him up.
Stop healing.
How did he?
As I knock him on the shoulder once in his most defensive spot.
I guess if you hit him a couple of times and just kind of dodge, he won't heal. He's a lot farther away than I thought he was going to be.
He doesn't seem happy. So how do you... I wonder if it's how possible it is to even tell if he's, like, currently capturable after he's woken up, because he doesn't seem...
There should be skulls.
Oh yeah, there are skulls, right, on the map.
Yep.
I was going to say, like, his attack animations I don't think look particularly limpy once he's back in combat.
Nope.
Which one of the things that makes it hard for me to tell.
If there's skulls popping off of him in combat, that means he is capturable.
I'm kind of just annoying him at the moment. Just bouncing around in the sky.
Let's see. Are there skulls?
There's skulls. Ow.
I'm not close enough yet, I think, to tell. Whee! I don't see him yet.
You don't see the skulls?
Nope.
On the map?
I'm trying to check. I don't see him.
Does the shock trap work on a lightning enemy?
Yeah, it does. I have shock trapped this guy plenty. Hit him a little bit more. Because he healed some while he was resting.
He swept us aside with his glamour.
Ow. Hurts. Oh, and I'm stunned. And ow. Luckily, I have really high-end armor, so I'm largely unkillable.
He seems displeased about something. I'm not really sure what.
Yeah, he's pretty pissed. They tend to get a little bit more aggressive.
After we wake them up from their power nap?
Yeah. I'm trying to get close so I can maybe pop a shock trap down.
I mean, if you just put it in the middle of the room, he'll fall onto it. At some point.
True.
He'll just be running around and hit it.
Well, I think we might be able to trigger it. I'm not entirely sure. Damn it.
I usually just hit...
The other problem is I try and put it down and he just stuns me.
I usually just hit him once. Oh shit, here it comes. Oh, he might kill me. Uh-oh. Aha! Aha!
Well, I've given him a distraction. Me.
I'm like, oh cool, I fell down here, I'll be safe now, I'll just get a chance to heal real quick. And then he just chased me.
He's a mean one. Dang it.
I'm paranoid because I don't really want to hit him because I'm worried they'll just drop. Although he'd still give us the same stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if you kill him, it's not the end of the world. It's better than perpetuating it too much.
I had a heartbreaking expedition hunt where I was working down an enemy and then he just decided to despawn in the middle of the fight. I'm like, oh, that's welcome feature there. Happy that's in the game.
One of the first times I was just like, I'm brave. Let's go do a solo hunt. So I solo hunt a thing that you're gonna find later called the Legiana. It's kind of like a big bird wyvern thing. It's cool. But it flew away as I like chopped its tail off, and it was like limping. It had skulls, and I'm like, okay, I'll just follow it. We've got a little bit of time left, and then it just never came back. And it's like Legiana's left the area, and I'm like, its wings were in tatters. It's gonna have to crawl out of here.
And it did.
It did.
But
I was very pissed about
it. For me, it was extra without warning, because Baroth just mid-fight decided to do the I'm underground now, and now I don't exist anymore animation, and just left the fight.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why I don't muck with expeditions unless I know, like, I've got the time.
Have you put down a shock trap?
I kind of gave up for a bit.
There it is.
Got him. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, yeah, close enough. Let's probably do that one more time. I'll switch to a weapon that I can use a little bit more effectively. So let's just go back to the camp.
I keep trying to carve up this thing that's very much still alive.
Yeah, I do that all the time too. I'm just like, I could carve him. Wait, no, that's horrible. Horrible. So the best thing is when you hit...
I will dissect you alive.
Well, yeah. So when you hit high rank, whenever you capture a high rank monster, it will go back to your to like your base as like a special arena, and you can fight it again. And then you can capture it there if you wanted to. And you can more or less just bully this poor creature for, like, multiple fights if you're careful. And it's just mean.
Is there a capture all... Is there a take all items button that I'm missing somewhere?
Press and hold X. You'll, like, zip through the list.
It's weird that there's a sell all but not take all, even though it seems like every player ever will only take all. Everyone, like, the first thing everyone was shouting was like, yeah, I'll never sell anything ever. Like, nobody uses that feature or something. And yet there's a convenient sell all button.
I might be able to... oh, no.
Did you feel ripped off when they let you customize your palico, and then a moment later they show you like a mega palico that you don't get to make?
Yes, the Swoloko.
I'm like, holy shit.
I was really disappointed when Swoloko showed up. I'm like, no, he's cool as shit.